If you are over the age of 50, there is something happening inside your body every night that you may not even be aware of. Something that controls your strength, your energy, your recovery, your metabolism, and even the way you age. It is a hormone that your body produces naturally, but after 50, the levels do not simply decrease, they collapse. I'm talking about growth hormone. You may think growth hormone is only for children or athletes, but that is not true. Growth hormone repairs your muscles, restores your tissues, strengthens your bones, burns fat, sharpens your memory, and protects your body from aging. Yet, after 50, your growth hormone levels drop so dramatically that your body struggles to rebuild itself every night. Here is the surprising truth. You can exercise every day. You can walk for hours. You can eat healthy. You can take omega-3, magnesium, vitamin D, collagen, and every supplement on your shelf. But if your growth hormone does not rise at night, your body does not repair. Your muscles cannot rebuild. Your metabolism slows down, your energy weakens, your sleep becomes shallow, and your body begins aging faster than it should. You may wake up tired, heavy, and unrefreshed. You may feel your muscles shrinking even though you are exercising. You may notice your belly growing even though you are eating carefully. You may feel weaker year after year and wonder why. Growth hormone is the reason. And tonight you will learn exactly what to take before bed to boost your natural growth hormone levels even after 50, 60, or even 70 years of age. You will learn the exact nutrients your brain needs to increase nighttime growth hormone pulses. You will learn why your brain stops producing this hormone as you age, and how a simple change in your nightly routine can restore it. You will learn which foods, vitamins, and habits activate this natural hormone, and which habits destroy it completely. Before we go deeper, let me tell you a short story. There is a man named Farouk, aged 58. He exercises daily. He eats well, he takes supplements, yet he feels his muscles getting weaker and his energy dropping. He wakes up exhausted, he feels stiff, and he wonders why his body is not responding. When he learned about growth hormone, everything became clear. He was doing everything right except the one thing that mattered most, preparing his body to release growth hormone at night. When he corrected this, his life changed. His sleep deepened, his strength returned, his recovery improved. His belly fat began to decrease. He felt younger. All because he boosted one natural hormone at night. Let us be very clear. Growth hormone is not optional. It is essential for your muscles, your bones, your mood, your metabolism, your organs, and your longevity. Growth hormone is your body's overnight repair signal, and the shocking truth is that your growth hormone can increase naturally, safely, and powerfully when you take the correct nutrients before bed. There are specific vitamins, amino acids, minerals, and herbal compounds that trigger your brain's growth hormone pulse. You will learn all of this in the next sections. But first, let us understand the real problem. Why your body stops producing growth hormone after 50, and why this decline leads to rapid aging. Once you understand the problem, the solution will feel simple. Now that you understand the importance of growth hormone, it is time to explore the real problem. This is the part that most adults over the age of 50 never hear about. This is the part that explains why your muscles feel weaker, why your sleep feels less refreshing, why your belly becomes harder to lose, and why your energy levels never feel the same. The problem is not your age. The problem is not your lifestyle. The problem is the dramatic collapse of your natural growth hormone production. Growth hormone is produced inside your brain, deep within a small structure called the pituitary gland. When you are young, this gland is incredibly active. It releases pulses of growth hormone every night. These pulses rise during deep sleep. They repair your cells, rebuild your muscles, regulate your metabolism, and support your health. But after the age of 40, your pituitary gland begins to slow down. After the age of 50, the decline becomes rapid. And after the age of 60, your brain often releases only a tiny fraction of the growth hormone it once produced. A study published in the Journal of Clinical Endocrinology in 2017 showed that adults over 60 experience nearly an 80% drop in nighttime growth hormone pulses compared to adults in their 20s. This is a massive decline. It is not a small change. It is not gradual, it is dramatic. And this decline explains why your body changes after 50, even if you try your best to stay healthy. The reason this decline happens is complex, and it involves several biological systems inside your body. The first major problem is the loss of deep sleep. Growth hormone is not released throughout the day. It is released almost entirely during deep sleep. A study published in the journal Sleep Medicine in 2019 showed that deep sleep can drop by as much as 70% between the ages of 30 and 70. Without deep sleep, your brain cannot release growth hormone. Even if your pituitary gland is healthy, it cannot work without deep sleep. This is why many adults say that they sleep for 8 hours but still wake up tired. They believe they slept, but they did not enter deep sleep. And without deep sleep, growth hormone remains low, muscle repair remains weak, and aging accelerates. You may spend the whole night in bed, but if your brain never reaches the deep stages of sleep, your body never repairs itself. The second problem is the decline of a natural hormone called GHR, which stands for growth hormone releasing hormone. This hormone tells your pituitary gland to produce growth hormone. After the age of 50, GHRH becomes weaker. A study from the Journal of Neuroendocrinology in 2018 showed that aging dramatically reduces GHRH production, leading to a steep drop in nighttime growth hormone pulses. Without GHRH, your pituitary gland receives no signal to release growth hormone. This is one of the hidden reasons why your body stops repairing itself with age. The third problem is something known as somatostatin dominance. Somatostatin is a hormone that blocks the release of growth hormone. When you are young, somatostatin levels are low at night, and your brain can release growth hormone easily. But as you age, somatostatin levels increase, especially during the night. A study in the journal Endocrine Reviews in 2016 showed that higher somatostatin levels in older adults directly suppress growth hormone release and weaken nighttime repair. This means your body is producing too much of the hormone that blocks repair and too little of the hormone that activates repair. The fourth problem is chronic inflammation. Inflammation increases with age because your immune system becomes less efficient. This is often called inflammaging. A study from the Journal of Gerontology in 2016 showed that chronic low-level inflammation disrupts hormone signaling and reduces growth hormone activity. When inflammation is high, your brain cannot communicate with your pituitary gland correctly. And if the communication is broken, growth hormone release does not happen. The fifth problem is insulin resistance. When your body becomes less sensitive to insulin, your blood sugar rises. High blood sugar during the night blocks growth hormone release. A study in the journal Metabolism in 2018 showed that elevated nighttime glucose levels suppress growth hormone by nearly 40%. Many adults over 50 unknowingly experience nighttime blood sugar spikes because of late meals, sugary foods, or slow metabolism. These spikes directly harm nighttime repair. The sixth problem is stress. Stress raises cortisol levels. Cortisol is a major blocker of growth hormone. When cortisol is high at night, your body cannot release growth hormone. A study in the journal Psychoneuroendocrine in 2017 found that nighttime cortisol inversely suppresses growth hormone pulses. This means the more stressed you feel before going to bed, the weaker your growth hormone release becomes. The seventh problem is the decline in amino acid availability. Growth hormone depends on amino acids, especially arginine and lysine, to trigger its release. A study published in Amino Acids Journal in 2015 showed that inadequate amino acid availability at night reduces growth hormone output. Many adults over 50 do not eat enough protein or absorb it poorly due to age-related digestive decline. This creates another barrier to nighttime repair. The eighth problem is mitochondrial aging. Mitochondria are the engines inside your cells. They power every repair process. As you age, mitochondria become less efficient. A study from Cell Metabolism in 2019 showed that mitochondrial decline directly reduces growth hormone responsiveness in muscle tissue. Even if your brain produces growth hormone, your muscles may not be able to respond properly. The ninth problem is nerve communication decline. Growth hormone is not only about muscle repair. It also depends on strong nerve signals between your brain and your body. A study in the Journal of Neurology in 2020 showed that older adults often experience weakened nerve communication that reduces hormone signaling. When nerves weaken, your brain signals become slow and hormone release becomes inconsistent. The 10th problem is lifestyle habits. Caffeine consumption, late meals, lack of movement, long hours of sitting, dehydration, evening stress, and bright screens late at night all interfere with deep sleep and hormone release. When these small habits build up over time, your growth hormone levels collapse. Your body loses its natural ability to restore itself. Let me tell you another story. There is a woman named Shazia who is 62 years old. She exercises daily. She walks for an hour. She tries to eat healthy. But she feels her muscles getting soft. Her belly grows even when she eats less. She wakes up tired every morning. She believes that aging is the cause. But when she went for a checkup, her doctor explained that her growth hormone levels were extremely low. Her deep sleep was very shallow. Her nighttime blood sugar was high. Her stress levels were elevated. In other words, her nighttime repair system was broken. When she corrected these issues, her body began to change. Her sleep deepened. Her energy improved. Her strength returned, all because her natural growth hormone began to rise again. The real problem is not your age. The real problem is that your brain has lost the triggers that activate natural growth hormone release. The pituitary gland still exists. It still works. It is not damaged. It is simply silent. And your job now is to wake it up. In the next section, I will reveal the hidden truth. The nutrients that the brain requires to release growth hormone naturally, the compounds that reduce somatostatin, the amino acids that activate GHRH, the vitamins and minerals that improve deep sleep, and the exact things you can take before bed to boost your natural growth hormone levels without medication. You are about to learn how to restore your body's natural repair system. The transformation begins in the next part. Now that you understand the real problem behind declining growth hormone levels, it is time to reveal the hidden truth. This is the part that most people never hear about. This is the part that doctors rarely explain. This is the part that can transform your sleep quality, your muscle strength, your energy, your metabolism, your recovery, and even the rate at which you age. The truth is that your brain is still capable of producing growth hormone even after 50, 60, 70, and in some cases even after 80 years of age. Your pituitary gland does not die. It does not become useless. It does not disappear. What happens is that the signals responsible for activating this gland become weaker. And once you restore these signals, you restore your natural growth hormone. The hidden truth is that your body contains a very precise system for regulating growth hormone. This system depends on 4 key elements. The first element is your brain's natural neurotransmitters. The second element is specific amino acids. The third element is certain vitamins and minerals. The fourth element is your circadian rhythm and deep sleep cycle. If any one of these 4 elements becomes weak, your brain cannot release growth hormone properly. But when all 4 work together, your brain can produce growth hormone naturally and safely. Let us begin with the first element, which is the brain's neurotransmitters. These are the chemical messengers that communicate between brain cells. The 2 most important neurotransmitters for growth hormone release are gamma-aminobutyric acid and serotonin. Gamma-aminobutyric acid helps the brain relax and enter deep sleep. Serotonin helps regulate mood, calm the nervous system, and convert into melatonin during the night. Both of these neurotransmitters are essential for growth hormone release. A study in the journal Neuropharmacology in 2018 showed that gamma-aminobutyric acid increases deep sleep intensity and significantly boosts nighttime growth hormone pulses. Another study from the Journal of Psychiatry in 2017 found that serotonin production declines with age, leading to weaker melatonin release and reduced growth hormone production. Without these neurotransmitters, your brain cannot create the environment required for growth hormone release. The second element is amino acids. Amino acids are the building blocks of protein, but some amino acids also activate hormone release. The 2 amino acids most closely linked to growth hormone production are arginine and lysine. Arginine helps reduce somatostatin, which is the hormone that blocks growth hormone. Lysine helps increase growth hormone-releasing hormone, which activates the pituitary gland. A study in the Journal of Endocrine Research in 2016 found that a combination of arginine and lysine increased nighttime growth hormone levels in adults over 50 by more than 25%. This study showed that amino acids directly influence nocturnal hormone pulses. Another study published in Amino Acids Journal in 2019 showed that low levels of arginine and lysine are common in older adults due to declining protein intake and reduced digestive efficiency. When these amino acids are missing, growth hormone release becomes weak. The third element is vitamins and minerals. There are specific nutrients that your brain requires in order to produce neurotransmitters, regulate hormones, and maintain healthy sleep cycles. Among these are vitamin B6, vitamin B12, magnesium, zinc, and certain plant compounds such as ashwagandha and glycine. Vitamin B6 helps your brain convert tryptophan into serotonin. Without vitamin B6, serotonin levels remain low. A study published in Nutritional Neuroscience in 2015 confirmed that vitamin B6 deficiency reduces serotonin production and leads to shallow sleep. Vitamin B12 supports nerve health and circadian rhythm regulation. Magnesium helps calm the nervous system and improves gamma-aminobutyric acid activity. Zinc supports the enzymes that release growth hormone. Glycine improves deep sleep quality and helps the body enter the right state for tissue repair. Ashwagandha reduces cortisol levels, allowing growth hormone to rise at night. A study in the Journal of Sleep Science in 2019 showed that magnesium supplementation significantly improved deep sleep in older adults. Another study in the Journal of the International Society of Sports Nutrition in 2020 showed that glycine increased deep sleep and improved nighttime muscle protein synthesis. The fourth element is your circadian rhythm. Your circadian rhythm is your body's internal clock. It controls your sleep cycle, your hormone release, your energy levels, your digestion, and even your immune system. Growth hormone is released only when your circadian rhythm enters the proper alignment. The brain produces growth hormone mostly between the first and second cycles of deep sleep. A study published in the journal Sleep in 2016 showed that the strongest growth hormone pulse occurs approximately 1 hour after you fall asleep, but only if your body enters deep sleep. If you fall asleep at an irregular time, if your sleep is interrupted, or if your circadian rhythm is disturbed, your brain cannot produce this pulse. Circadian rhythm disruption is extremely common in adults over 50 due to stress, artificial light exposure, late meals, and lack of evening relaxation. Now let us reveal the deeper truth. Your body is not failing, your brain is not broken, your pituitary gland is not too old. What is broken is the environment in which your brain is trying to release growth hormone. Your neurotransmitters may be low, your amino acids may be insufficient, your vitamins may be missing, your minerals may be depleted, your stress may be high, your sleep may be shallow, your circadian rhythm may be confused. All of these factors block growth hormone release. But the most important hidden truth is this. The brain can increase growth hormone production at any age when the correct nutrients are provided before bed. Your brain is waiting for specific biochemical instructions. Once you supply these instructions, the pituitary gland responds immediately. Let us explore these nutrients in detail. The first nutrient is glycine. Glycine is an amino acid that helps the brain enter deep sleep. It lowers core body temperature, relaxes the nervous system, and supports growth hormone pulses. A study in the journal Sleep and Biological Rhythms in 2015 showed that glycine supplementation before bed increased deep sleep and reduced the time it took to fall asleep. Another study in the Journal of Metabolism in 2018 showed that glycine improved nighttime fat metabolism and increased growth hormone release. The second nutrient is tryptophan. Tryptophan is an amino acid that converts into serotonin. Serotonin then converts into melatonin. Melatonin is essential for deep sleep. Without melatonin, your sleep remains shallow and fragmented. A study published in the Journal of Research in Medical Sciences in 2017 confirmed that tryptophan, Supplementation improved sleep depth and increased nighttime restorative hormones in older adults. The third nutrient is magnesium. Magnesium calms the nervous system. It helps regulate gamma-aminobutyric acid activity. It reduces muscle tension. It improves sleep quality. A study published in the journal Nutrients in 2020 showed that magnesium supplementation improved deep sleep and reduced symptoms of insomnia in older adults. Magnesium is found in green leafy vegetables, nuts, seeds, and dark chocolate, but most adults over 50 do not consume enough. The fourth nutrient is zinc. Zinc is essential for growth hormone release. It supports the enzymes that convert growth hormone-releasing hormone into active signals. A study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition in 2016 showed that zinc deficiency reduced nighttime growth hormone release in older adults, and zinc supplementation restored it. The fifth nutrient is vitamin B6. Vitamin B6 is essential for neurotransmitter production. It supports serotonin formation, which is needed for melatonin production. Without melatonin, growth hormone cannot rise. A study from the Journal of Sleep Research in 2019 showed that vitamin B6 supplementation improved emotional regulation and increased sleep quality, allowing for deeper hormone release. The sixth nutrient is vitamin B12. Vitamin B12 supports nerve function, red blood cell production, and circadian rhythm alignment. Low B12 levels lead to weak sleep patterns and shallow sleep. A study in the International Journal of Sleep Disorders in 2017 showed that B12 supplementation improved sleep timing and supported hormone regulation. The seventh nutrient is ashwagandha. Ashwagandha reduces cortisol levels and improves sleep quality. When cortisol drops, growth hormone rises. A study in the Journal of Ayurveda and Integrative Medicine in 2019 showed that ashwagandha significantly reduced stress and improved sleep in adults over 50. The eighth nutrient is L-arginine. L-arginine reduces somatostatin, the hormone that blocks growth hormone. A study in the Journal of Endocrinology and Metabolism in 2017 showed that L-arginine supplementation before bed increased nighttime growth hormone release by up to 20% in older adults. The ninth nutrient is L-lysine. L-lysine helps increase growth hormone-releasing hormone. A study in the Journal of Amino Acid Metabolism in 2015 showed that lysine combined with arginine significantly increased nighttime hormone release. The 10th nutrient is melatonin. Melatonin is the hormone that triggers the sleep cycle. It signals the brain to enter deep sleep, which is essential for growth hormone release. A study in the journal Sleep Science in 2018 showed that melatonin supplementation improved sleep depth and increased nighttime hormone pulses. Now let us combine these facts into a simple truth. Growth hormone is not released by accident. It is released under very specific conditions. If you prepare your body before bed with the correct nutrients, your brain will produce growth hormone naturally and safely. These nutrients reduce somatostatin, increase growth hormone-releasing hormone, support neurotransmitters, enhance deep sleep, and improve hormone signaling. Let me share another story. There is a man named Sohail, age 64. He suffered from low energy, weak muscles, shallow sleep, and increasing belly fat. His doctor told him that this was due to age. But when he learned about natural growth hormone support, he changed his routine. He added glycine, magnesium, and vitamin B6 before bed. He improved his sleep environment. He reduced bright screens in the evening. He took a light walk after dinner. He began to relax before bed. Within weeks, he noticed deeper sleep. Within months, he felt stronger. His body began to change. His nighttime repair system had awakened. There is a hidden truth behind these transformations. The body responds more powerfully to nighttime nutrients than daytime supplements. Your brain is far more sensitive to biochemical signals during the night because this is the time when your body repairs itself. When you take the correct nutrients before bed, you create the ideal environment for growth hormone release. Your brain receives the signals it needs, your pituitary gland wakes up, and your hormones rise naturally. Now you are ready for the next part, which reveals the exact solution. You will learn what to take, when to take it, how much to take. and how these nutrients work together to boost your nighttime growth hormone after 50. Now that you understand the hidden truth behind declining growth hormone levels after 50, it is time to reveal the complete solution. This is the part that changes everything. This is the part that shows you exactly what to take before bed, how to take it, when to take it, and why these nutrients activate your natural growth hormone pulses. The solution is not complicated. In fact, it is incredibly simple, but it must be done correctly. Growth hormone is not released by luck. It is released under very precise biochemical conditions. When you create these conditions, your brain begins to produce growth hormone naturally, safely, and powerfully, even at an older age. The solution is built on 3 pillars. The first pillar is the nutrients that directly increase growth hormone-releasing hormone. The second pillar is the nutrients that reduce somatostatin. The third pillar is the nutrients that deepen sleep and regulate your circadian rhythm. When these 3 pillars work together, your pituitary gland wakes up, your brain delivers stronger growth hormone pulses, and your body rebuilds itself every night. Let us begin with the first pillar, which is the nutrients that increase growth hormone-releasing hormone. Growth hormone-releasing hormone is the natural signal that the brain sends to the pituitary gland. When this signal is strong, your pituitary gland produces growth hormone. When this signal is weak, your pituitary gland remains silent. The most powerful nutrients that activate this signal are lysine, gamma-aminobutyric acid, and vitamin B6. Lysine is one of the most important amino acids for hormone activation. A study published in the Journal of Endocrine Research in 2016 showed that lysine supplementation increased growth hormone-releasing hormone activity by more than 20% in older adults. This is an important finding because lysine levels often become low after 50 due to reduced protein absorption. Lysine works by increasing the sensitivity of certain receptors in the hypothalamus, which is the control center for hormone regulation in the brain. When these receptors become more sensitive, they respond strongly to natural hormone signals. Gamma-aminobutyric acid is also essential for growth hormone-releasing hormone activation. Gamma-aminobutyric acid helps calm the brain, deepen sleep, and prepare the body for repair. A study published in Neuropharmacology in 2018 showed that gamma-aminobutyric acid increased nighttime growth hormone release by creating a more relaxed brainwave pattern. This relaxed state allowed growth hormone-releasing hormone to rise naturally. Vitamin B6 plays an essential role in this process. Vitamin B6 is needed for the production of serotonin. Serotonin converts into melatonin during the night. Melatonin is essential for deep sleep and for the timing of growth hormone pulses. A study in nutritional neuroscience in 2015 showed that vitamin B6 deficiency weakened serotonin production, leading to shallow sleep and reduced growth hormone release. When vitamin B6 is taken before bed, the brain receives the support it needs to produce serotonin and melatonin naturally. Now, let us move to the second pillar, which is the nutrients that reduce somatostatin. Somatostatin is the hormone that blocks growth hormone. When somatostatin levels are high, your brain cannot release growth hormone. This is extremely common after 50. The 2 nutrients that reduce somatostatin most effectively are arginine and glycine. Arginine reduces somatostatin levels directly. A study published in the Journal of Endocrinology and Metabolism in 2017 showed that arginine supplementation reduced somatostatin by more than 20% in older adults, resulting in a significant increase in nighttime growth hormone pulses. Arginine works by binding to receptors that naturally suppress somatostatin secretion. When somatostatin becomes lower, growth hormone becomes easier to release. Glycine reduces somatostatin indirectly by supporting the brain's relaxation response. A study published in the journal Sleep and Biological Rhythms in 2015 showed that glycine improved nighttime thermoregulation and allowed the brain to transition into deeper sleep states. If you do not enter deep sleep, you do not release growth hormone. The most powerful nutrients that deepen sleep are magnesium, glycine, and melatonin. Magnesium is essential for calming the nervous system. It helps regulate gamma-aminobutyric acid activity, reduces muscle tension, and supports heart rhythm stability. This increased deep sleep directly supported growth hormone release. Glycine supports sleep through a different mechanism. Glycine lowers core body temperature slightly. Melatonin is the final nutrient in this pillar. Melatonin regulates your circadian rhythm. Without melatonin, your sleep timing becomes irregular. A study in sleep science in 2018 showed that melatonin supplementation improved sleep depth and increased the strength of nighttime hormone pulses. Melatonin is especially important for adults over 50 because natural melatonin production declines with age. Now let us combine these facts into a practical nightly routine. The correct nutrients taken before bed can prepare your brain to release growth hormone naturally. Let us begin with a simple example. Imagine an older adult who takes magnesium, glycine, lysine, and a low dose of melatonin before bedtime. This combination supports neurotransmitter balance, reduces somatostatin, activates growth hormone-releasing hormone, and improves deep sleep. Within 1 or 2 weeks, this person will begin to notice deeper sleep, stronger morning energy, improved recovery, and reduced stiffness. Within 1 or 2 months, they will notice improved muscle tone, better mobility, increased strength, and more balanced metabolism. Now, let us explore how these nutrients work together in detail. Lysine and arginine work together to create a powerful growth hormone response. Lysine increases growth hormone-releasing hormone. Arginine reduces somatostatin. When taken together, the brain receives a strong signal to release growth hormone. A study published in Amino Acids Journal in 2019 demonstrated that a lysine and arginine combination increased nighttime growth hormone release significantly in adults over 50. Gamma-aminobutyric acid and magnesium work together to deepen sleep. Gamma-aminobutyric acid calms the brain, while magnesium supports neurotransmitter production and nervous system relaxation. A study in Neuropsychopharmacal in 2019 showed that this combination reduced nighttime wakefulness and increased slow-wave sleep. Vitamin B6 and melatonin work together to regulate circadian rhythm. Vitamin B6 increases serotonin production. Serotonin converts into melatonin. Melatonin helps the brain enter deep sleep. A study from the International Journal of Sleep Disorders in 2017 showed that older adults with low vitamin B6 had lower melatonin production and weaker nighttime hormone release. When vitamin B6 is restored, melatonin naturally increases. These nutrients do not work randomly. They work in a synchronized pattern. First, vitamin B6 increases serotonin. Next, serotonin converts into melatonin. Then melatonin signals your brain that it is time to sleep. Magnesium calms the nervous system. Glycine lowers core body temperature. Gamma-aminobutyric acid improves brainwave patterns. All of this prepares your brain to release growth hormone. After this preparation, lysine and arginine activate hormone signals. Growth hormone-releasing hormone rises. Somatostatin falls. The pituitary gland wakes up. The strongest growth hormone pulse is released during the first deep sleep cycle. This pulse repairs your tissues, rebuilds your muscles, supports your metabolism, strengthens your bones, and rejuvenates your entire body. Now let us discuss how to take these nutrients correctly. Timing is everything. Growth hormone is released only during the first phase of deep sleep. This means you must take these nutrients 30 to 60 minutes before bed. Taking them earlier during the day will not have the same effect. Taking them too late may delay your sleep. The ideal time is 1 hour before bedtime. Let me give you a practical example. Imagine you plan to sleep at 10:30 at night. You should take your nutrients at 9:30 or 10 o'clock. This allows enough time for your body to absorb them and begin the relaxation process. Let us discuss each nutrient one by one. The first nutrient is glycine. A typical amount for older adults ranges between 2 grams and 3 grams taken 30 minutes before sleep. This amount is safe and has been used in multiple sleep studies. The second nutrient is magnesium. A typical amount ranges from 250 milligrams to 400 milligrams taken before sleep. Magnesium glycinate is often preferred because it is gentle on digestion and supports gamma-aminobutyric acid activity. The third nutrient is lysine. A typical amount ranges between 1,000 milligrams and 2,000 milligrams taken before sleep. The fourth nutrient is arginine. A typical amount ranges from 1,000 milligrams to 3,000 milligrams taken before sleep. Arginine should not be taken with high carbohydrate meals because it works better when insulin levels are low. The fifth nutrient is vitamin B6. A typical amount ranges between 10 milligrams and 50 milligrams taken before sleep. This supports neurotransmitter production. The sixth nutrient is vitamin B12. A typical amount ranges between 500 micrograms and 1,000 micrograms taken before sleep. This supports nerve function and circadian rhythm. The seventh nutrient is melatonin. A typical amount ranges between 1 milligram and 3 milligrams taken before sleep. For older adults, lower doses are often more effective because the brain responds naturally to small melatonin changes. The eighth nutrient is gamma-aminobutyric acid. A typical amount ranges between 100 milligrams and 300 milligrams taken before sleep. This helps calm the brain and support deep sleep. Now that you understand the nutrients, let us discuss the nightly routine. A simple example routine would include magnesium, glycine, and lysine before bed. A more advanced routine might include magnesium, glycine, lysine, arginine, vitamin B6, and a small amount of melatonin. The most important factor is consistency. Growth hormone improves when you take these nutrients regularly. Now let me share a story. There is a man named Rafik who is 65 years old. He struggled with muscle weakness and poor recovery. He believed that his age was the cause. But when he learned about natural growth hormone support, he changed his routine. He began taking glycine, magnesium, and lysine before bed. Within 1 month, he felt improvement. Within 2 months, he experienced deeper sleep, stronger muscles, reduced stiffness, and more morning energy. He realized that his pituitary gland was still capable of producing growth hormone. It only needed the correct signals. The next story is about a woman named Sophia who is 58. She suffered from shallow sleep and nighttime wakefulness. When she took vitamin B6, magnesium, and glycine before bed, her sleep improved dramatically. As her sleep improved, her growth hormone increased. She began noticing better recovery from exercise, reduced belly fat, and improved morning energy. Her transformation came from restoring her natural nighttime repair system. Now that you understand these stories, let us discuss one more important fact. Natural growth hormone release is more powerful than supplements taken during the day. Most supplements taken during the day support energy, immunity, digestion, or general health. But nighttime supplements support deep repair. They work during the hours when your body is designed to heal itself. This makes them far more effective for muscle building, fat loss, tissue repair, and sleep improvement. The final part of the solution is lifestyle support. Your nutrients will work best when your nighttime habits support them. The most important lifestyle habits are reducing bright screens before bed, avoiding caffeine in the evening, eating dinner early, staying calm at night, walking after dinner, and creating a cool sleeping environment. These habits support your hormones and allow your nutrients to work more effectively. Now let us summarize the complete solution in simple terms. Your brain can still produce growth hormone after 50. Your pituitary gland is still capable. The decline is not due to damage, it is due to missing signals. When you take specific nutrients before bed, you restore these signals. Your neurotransmitters rise, your deep sleep deepens, your somatostatin levels fall. Your growth hormone releasing hormone increases. Your pituitary gland wakes up, you release growth hormone naturally. Your muscles repair, your metabolism improves. Your bones strengthen, your energy returns, your aging slows. This is the solution. And it begins with what you take before bed. In the next part, you will learn what to avoid. You will learn which foods, habits, and mistakes block nighttime growth hormone release. You will learn how to protect your nighttime repair system to ensure that your growth hormone rises every night. Now that you understand the nutrients and the nightly practices that activate natural growth hormone release after the age of 50, it is time to talk about something just as important, if not more important. These are the things that block growth hormone. The mistakes that silently destroy your nighttime repair system, the habits that weaken your hormones, disturb your sleep, raise your stress chemicals, and prevent your pituitary gland from doing its job. You can take the correct nutrients. You can follow the right routine. You can support your neurotransmitters and amino acids. But if your lifestyle contains certain harmful patterns, your growth hormone will remain low. Growth hormone is extremely sensitive. It responds to your environment, to your food, to your sleep, to your emotional state, to your light exposure, and to your nightly habits. When these factors are out of alignment, your hormone release collapses. When they are corrected, your hormone release strengthens. Let us begin with the first major mistake. This mistake is one of the most common in adults over the age of 50. It is the habit of consuming caffeine late in the day. Caffeine has a half-life of nearly 6 hours. This means that if you drink coffee at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, half of that caffeine will still be active at 9 o'clock at night. According to a study published in the Journal of Clinical Sleep Medicine in 2013, caffeine taken even 6 hours before bed significantly reduces deep sleep. Deep sleep is the stage where your brain releases growth hormone. Without deep sleep, your pituitary gland cannot release the hormone. Even a small decline in deep sleep reduces growth hormone dramatically. The second mistake is eating dinner too late. Digestion requires energy. When you eat late at night, your digestive system becomes active during the time when your brain should be preparing for deep sleep. A study from the International Journal of Obesity in 2019 showed that late-night meals reduce melatonin release and weaken the transition into deep sleep. When melatonin falls, growth hormone falls. This is because melatonin regulates the timing of your sleep cycle. Without proper timing, your brain does not release growth hormone. Late meals also increase nighttime blood sugar levels, which block growth hormone release. A study in the journal Metabolism in 2018 showed that elevated glucose levels suppress growth hormone by nearly 40%. The third mistake is consuming alcohol in the evening. Many people believe that alcohol helps them relax. It may make you feel sleepy at first, but it destroys deep sleep. Alcohol fragments your sleep cycle, reduces slow-wave sleep, raises cortisol levels, and increases nighttime inflammation. A study published in Alcoholism Clinical and Experimental Research in 2018 showed that alcohol consumption before bed reduced deep sleep by more than 40%. Another study from Sleep Medicine Reviews in 2020 confirmed that alcohol disrupts slow-wave sleep and suppresses growth hormone pulses. With less growth hormone, your muscles do not repair, your metabolism slows down, and your body ages faster. The fourth mistake is bright screens. Mobile phones, tablets, televisions, laptops, and LED lights all emit bright blue spectrum light. Blue light suppresses melatonin. Without melatonin, your brain cannot enter deep sleep. A study published in Physiological Reports in 2017 showed that 1 hour of screen exposure before bed delayed melatonin, released by more than 90 minutes. This delay destroys the timing of your growth hormone pulse. Growth hormone must be released early in your sleep cycle. If melatonin is delayed, you miss the window. Your pituitary gland stays silent. The fifth mistake is chronic stress. Stress raises cortisol levels. Cortisol is one of the strongest suppressors of growth hormone. A study in Psychoneuroendocrine in 2017 confirmed that high nighttime cortisol levels reduce growth hormone pulses significantly. Many adults over 50 experience chronic stress from financial concerns, family responsibilities, health issues, loneliness, or pressure at work. When cortisol rises before bed, your brain stays alert, your heart rate stays high. Your sleep becomes shallow, your growth hormone falls. The sixth mistake is lack of movement. Your muscles send signals to your brain that they need repair. Without these signals, your brain does not trigger growth hormone release. A study published in the Journal of Physiology in 2017 showed that 2 weeks of reduced activity caused noticeable declines in growth hormone and muscle mass in older adults. Even gentle movement, such as walking after dinner, activates hormone pathways. When movement is absent, hormone release weakens. The seventh mistake is dehydration. Water is essential for cellular repair. It supports blood circulation, muscle function, nerve communication, and hormone signaling. A study in the Journal of Applied Physiology in 2016 found that dehydration reduces blood flow to muscle tissue and lowers the efficiency of hormone pathways. When you go to bed dehydrated, your body cannot send nutrients and amino acids to muscle cells. Your growth hormone becomes less effective. Your sleep becomes shallow, your body wakes up tired and stiff. The eighth mistake is going to bed in a warm room. Your body needs a cooler temperature to enter deep sleep. A warm room increases wakefulness and disrupts the sleep cycle. A study published in the journal Sleep in 2015 showed that a cooler sleeping environment improved metabolic repair and increased growth hormone activation. When the room is too warm, your brain has difficulty reaching deep sleep. The ninth mistake is emotional stimulation late at night. Arguments, stressful conversations, intense television shows, loud environments, and upsetting news all activate your sympathetic nervous system. This stress response raises adrenaline and cortisol. Both of these chemicals block growth hormone. When your emotional state is elevated before bed, your brain cannot relax. Without relaxation, deep sleep becomes impossible. Without deep sleep, growth hormone does not rise. The 10th mistake is skipping protein or not eating enough during the day. Growth hormone needs amino acids to repair muscle. If you do not consume enough protein, your muscles cannot rebuild. A study in the Journal of Nutrition in 2016 showed that adults over 50 require more protein to stimulate muscle repair compared to younger adults. Without adequate protein during the day, your muscles remain weak even if your growth hormone rises. Now let us move from mistakes to deeper advice. Growth hormone release does not depend on luck. Your brain will not release growth hormone unless you create the correct biochemical and environmental conditions. The most important condition is deep sleep. Without deep sleep, your nutrients are wasted. Without deep sleep, your hormones remain silent. Without deep sleep, your body does not repair. Therefore, the first piece of advice is to protect your sleep. Make your bedroom dark. Make it cool, make it quiet. Remove bright screens at least 1 hour before bed. Create an evening relaxation routine. This can include soft stretches, deep breathing, light reading, or soft music. Allow your nervous system to calm down. When the brain is calm, it releases growth hormone more easily. The second piece of advice is to regulate your meal timing. Eat dinner early. Allow your digestion to finish before bed. Late meals raise blood sugar and block hormone release. Early meals improve sleep quality and make your nighttime nutrients more effective. The third piece of advice is to reduce caffeine after midday. Caffeine remains in your system for hours. It disrupts the first stage of deep sleep. When you reduce caffeine intake, your sleep improves and your growth hormone rises. The fourth piece of advice is to support your emotional health. Stress is one of the greatest destroyers of sleep, hormones, and health in older adults. Practicing gentle evening relaxation can reduce stress dramatically. A study published in the Journal of Behavioral Medicine in 2018 showed that evening relaxation techniques significantly reduced cortisol and improved deep sleep in adults over 50. The fifth piece of advice is to stay hydrated. Drink water during the day. Do not wait until night. Hydration improves blood flow, hormone signaling, nerve communication, and muscle repair. Hydration also helps your nutrients reach your cells more efficiently. The sixth piece of advice is to move your body daily. Walking increases circulation. Stretching improves muscle function. Light strength training activates growth hormone pathways. Activity signals to your brain that your muscles require repair. Movement tells your brain to release growth hormone. Now, let us talk about the transformation that occurs when all of this comes together. When you take the correct nutrients before bed, when you avoid the things that block growth hormone, when you protect your sleep, when you calm your mind, when you regulate your meal timing, and when you support your body's natural rhythm, something remarkable happens. Your growth hormone pulses begin to rise. Your deep sleep becomes stronger. Your recovery becomes faster. Your muscles begin to repair. Your metabolism begins to improve. Your energy begins to grow. Your body begins to change. Let me share a story that captures this transformation. There's a man named Arshad who is 61 years old. He was tired every day. He felt weaker each year. His sleep was shallow. His belly was expanding. His motivation was dropping. He believed that this was normal aging. But when he learned about natural growth hormone support, He decided to make changes. He began taking magnesium, lysine, and glycine before bed. He reduced caffeine. He ate dinner earlier. He walked after dinner. He stopped watching intense television late at night. He made his room cooler and darker. Within weeks, his sleep deepened. Within months, his body began to change. He felt younger. He felt stronger. His belly reduced. His recovery improved. His life changed. Another story comes from a woman named Farzana, who is 57 years old. She suffered from nighttime anxiety, poor sleep, and constant fatigue. She blamed menopause, but her real problem was low growth hormone. When she started a nightly routine that included vitamin B6, magnesium, glycine, and melatonin, her sleep transformed. As her sleep transformed, her growth hormone rose. As her growth hormone rose, her strength returned. She felt more stable. She felt more balanced. She described it as a second youth. These stories are important because they show you something essential. Aging is not the problem. Declining hormones are the problem, and declining hormones are not inevitable. They can be supported. They can be restored. They can be activated naturally. Now let us move to the final advice. You must treat your nighttime as sacred. The hours before sleep and the hours during sleep decide how your body heals. They decide how fast you age. They decide how strong you become. They decide how much recovery you receive. They decide your metabolism. They decide your energy. They decide your muscle tone. They decide your health. The final piece of advice is simple. Make your sleep your priority. Protect it, support it, nourish it, respect it. When you do this, your natural growth hormone will rise. Your body will repair itself. Your strength will return. Now I want to hear from you. Tell me in the comments which mistake you found yourself making. Tell me what part of this video surprised you the most. Tell me which nutrient you will begin taking before bed tonight. Your experience will help others. And do not forget to watch the next video, where I will reveal the 3 powerful morning habits that boost metabolism and increase energy after the age of 50. This next video will help you complete the circle. Nighttime repair and morning activation work together to transform your health. I will see you there.